Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a ship from CH underscore Flash. I'm just going to call you Flash, just because I don't know if that like CH is supposed to, like, is... I'm not very good at reading certain things, so yeah. So this is the Pathfinder. This was sent in... It was initially sent in as a submission for the ship subscriber community stream where we do the exploration vessel. Now, sadly, it wasn't sent in. It was sent in a bit too late, but he sent it forward anyway, and we're going to take a look at it. Sorry to pause there to sneeze. But yeah, so this is called the Pathfinder. Really, really cool. And Flash has been showcasing some of their other vessels on the channel. And they adopt this style of making use of the pipes, which look really, really good. And I also like the combination of adding those winglets to the front. Like, if you actually look at them from a lot of angles, they look like one consecutive piece, because as you see here, the winglets have those three little kind of pieces, the fins that jut up, and they line up perfectly with the piping. So all in all, really, really cool build. So yeah, let's get into it. So the stat-wise, ship's got 210 hull, very nice. It's got or 210 fuel, I should say. It's got a hull of 577, not too bad. Like, it is an A-class vessel, so you know, it is what it is. It's got a cargo capacity of 960, which is quite nice. It's nice to see kind of we'll just see cargo capacity on kind of a lot of vessels. A lot of people these days, they tend to kind of skimp out on cargo capacity, and because there's a kind of an exploration vessel, it would make sense if you didn't want to have cargo, but they've obviously went with cargo, which is handy because it means that it can, you know, you can carry stuff. It's got an A-class reactor, 23 power, crew of 4, jump range of 22 light years, shield of 487. It's got 3 sets of weapons. It's got 2 lasers. I believe they're Singe. Yeah, 2 Singe lasers mounted underneath the entrance cargo bay. It's got 2 ballistic cannons there, the maulers, I believe, mounted under. They're mounted offside of the fuel tank, and then it's got a single missile pod on the front. So in order to make this ship, it'll cost you around 160k without perks. So let's go check it out, shall we? Excuse me. It's a bit dark here, but you can still make out the kind of the aesthetic of the ship really well. It looks really, really nice. Flash, I hope I got the color scheme correct. I can't remember if you... I'm assuming you sent me the color scheme, or maybe I just figured it out. But either way, if there's any issues with the ship, let me know. Really, really cool. Really like it. I like the mix of the landing gear. So these landing gear, these are the Hope Tech landing gear. I'll go over this side, some more lighting. These Hope Tech landing gear are really, really cool. So they have these kind of articulated, like, thrusters and stuff, really big landing pad here. But they don't have a lot of lift, so you combine them with the kind of the less kind of large, but also more powerful Nova Galactic thrusters, or lift landing gear, which I really like. So let's head inside. Oh, like that. Alright, so first room is we've got some windows there that look out into the... Actually quite like the, that you can kind of see the piping. It kind of looks like extra reinforcements. So we have the control station here, where your crew can do their crewy stuff, and then we've got the docking port on the front, making use of that Nova Galactic docking port, which I really, really like. If we head back this way, we have I believe this is the Hope Tech, it's like the Hope Tech habitat, the tunnel. And then we've got a science lab here with a nice view out the back. Really, really, oh, that got bright. That, actually, so there's been a new update that's fixed, like, the lighting and stuff, and there's been some issues with lighting, but that's actually a cool feature. It makes sense because, you know, like, how Windows, I mean, everyone knows how Windows work. But I quite like that. I like how the kind of the light, as you get close to the window, less of the light refracts. I think that's how the science works. Anyway, so we got the science lab here, which we got wannabe Sam Simeon, hello, Simeon. He's just kind of wondering how to make jerky. Then if we come over here to one side, we have a workstation. Very nice. We got the industrial workbench, weapon workbench, spacesuit workbench, and then we got a nice little area here. Quite like this. What one is this? It's the Nova Galactic? No, I don't think... Oh no, this is the Nova Galactic. Okay, cool. That would make sense why the interior looks so badass. And then over here on this side we have... is this a captain's quarters? I think this is a... No, I don't think it is a captain's quarters. It might be a all-in-one berth or a living quarters, potentially. Very nice. Got a toilet. Another window. Very promising. Now if we head back this way, so we got the entrance there and we head up. Up on top we have... Oh, this is the captain's quarters here. Nice little comfy area. Reminder, safety drill. I love space. Days in space. That's a lot of days in space. God damn. I love those little kind of nodes and stuff. Really love this L-shaped couch. Very comfy. And then I don't know why they couldn't have got the same color sofa, but you know, it is what it is. And then we got a window here. Oh, it's raining. Window here, and then we go through here and we have the cockpit. This is the Magellan cockpit, not Magellan. Magellan, as I was informed on a few streams ago, that he was a famous Portuguese explorer that found a place. I want to say South America, the Straits of South America. Anyway, yeah, let's take it off, see how she performs. Love these kind of... Alright, up we go into space. The final frontier. Oh, the ship is not using the best of various modules, but I'm assuming that was a design choice. Flash may have been trying to make it kind of affordable, which I quite like the idea of that. So, for the perks and stuff, I have a perk that increases my power by 5, so in the sake of this review, we're not going to be using 5 power. So weapon-wise, we got those 2 lasers underneath there. We got those ballistic cannons there. And we got the missile. So, formidable array of weapons. Quick little speed test. It's going to be 150 because it's using some A-class engines. Not too bad. It's going to boost speed, probably going to cap out around 600. Yep, caps out at 600. Very nice. Agility test. Okay, yeah, she's quite agile. And in a roll. I really love the profile of the ship. It looks really, really nice. So we're going to head down to the surface now, and I will show you how he built it, or how they built it. Alright, so we have the ship in 3 sections. Now, I will say, it's quite a simple ship to build. There's no, merging or anything like that. But all the same, it is, it's a phenomenal looking ship. We'll go over it, all the pieces in a second, but I just want to showcase. So, like I was saying again, so I love the use of these piping, and it seems like, looking at some of other Flash's ships, they make great use of this piping too, which I quite like. It kind of adds a level of makes the ship look kind of industrial, but also kind of these look like extra kind of reinforcements to the vessel. Another thing that I noticed that they make great use of, that not a lot of ships in general kind of use, is these little Nova thruster arrays. Now, I'm just going to grab one of these just to show you, because they're a really cool piece. So, for those of you that may not know, these little thruster arrays, they're basically called RCS thrusters, or reaction control surfaces. I think that's what it stands for. Basically, it's like if you want to, when you're flying a spaceship, you've got the engine that propels you forward. But if you want to adjust your orientation, there's 2 ways they do it. Usually it's either thrusters or it's these like reaction control wheels, so it's like a giant kind of a spinning gyro. But the reaction control thrusters are like, I want to say they're probably like the easiest alternative, and it makes sense with Nova Galactic. But these basically, let's say if you wanted to raise the ship, these like thrusters would fire off, the bottom ones would fire off. If you want to spin the ship left, they'd fire off. Really cool. I like the use of them. They also do function, which is quite cool. Like, they don't actually add anything to the maneuverability, but they fire off little kind of things. But yeah, anyway, so let's look at the vessel. So at the start here, we have the Magellan C1 cockpit for Nova Galactic, 200 cargo, 2 crew. Mounted on top of this bad boy, we have a CE-19 missile launcher from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated. A-class, 5720 range, 1 fire rate, 80.84 hull and shield damage, 3 power. We've got the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters 2x1. And then above that, we have a Marduk 1020 shield generation from Protectorate Shield Systems. A-class, 5 power, 485 shields. Behind that, we have a Tokamak X200 reactor from Xi'an. A-class, 23 power, 485 hull. And then for engines, they made the choice of using 2 separate engines, which I quite like. I've always said this. I like the idea of having 2 different sets of engines. Like, I kind of like in my head, I'm always thinking like one engine is kind of like your primary like engines, and then you've got your boosters or your afterburners. And for that, we have 2 White Dwarf 3030 engines from Relodyne, A-class, 3 power, 21,930 engine thrust, 3210 maneuvering. And then we have this Amandon 7 engine from Amandon, A-class, 2 power, 15,400 engine thrust, and 22 maneuvering thrust. Very nice. Now for the structural pieces on this vessel, we have 2 of these portholes mounted each side, and then we have 1 mounted on top. And then structural pieces, we've got 2 of these Nova wings, 1 port, 1 starboard. 2 of these Hope Tech pipe A mates, 1 left, 1 right. You've got 2 Nova thrusters, 1 each side here, mounted on the reactor. And then we have 2 of these Nova radiators mounted on the top. Middle of the vessel, at the front here, we have the Hope 11 Docker 4 from Hope Tech. We have the Nova Galactic Control Station, 2x1. We have the Hope Tech Habitat Spine. We have the Nova Galactic Living Quarters 2x1, the Nova Galactic Science Quarters 2x1, and the Nova Galactic Workshop 2x1. For the structural pieces, we have 2 more of these Nova wings, port and starboard. We have 4 of the Hope Tech pipe A's to each side. We have 2 more RCS thrusters mounted on each side of the control station, the front, and then 2 more windows mounted on the back. And then on these 2, we have another RCS thruster, 1 mounted on the front of the workshop, 1 mounted on the front of the living quarters, and then we've got 4 more portholes, 1 mounted here, 1 mounted over this side, and then we have 2 mounted on the back of the Nova Galactic Science Lab, as well as a porthole aft, and 2 Hope Tech pipes aft. And then on the bottom of the vessel, we have the NG6 landing bay from Nova Galactic. We have, for our weaponry, we have 2 Singe 4 megawatt pulse lasers from Lightsight. A-class, 1787.49 range, 3.49 fire rate, 7 hull damage, 22 shield damage, 4 max power. Very nice. And then mounted on some Horizon weapon mounts, we have 2 Mauler 104L cannons from Horizon Defense. A-class, 1144 range, 3.49 fire rate, and 13 hull damage, and 4 power. And then behind that, we have the 500T Helium-3 tank from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, gives us 210. And then we have 2 NG-20 landing gear, 4 from Nova Galactic, 4 thrust each. We've got the 200T hauler cargo hold from Sexton Shield System, gives us 760. We've got our Helios 300 grav drive from Deep Core, A-class, 9 power, 23 jump thrust, which gives us 22 light years. And then we have 2 more Hope 5 landing gear, or 2, not 2 more. They give 1 thrust each. And then for the structural pieces, we've got 2 Deimos Skeg A mounted behind there. And then we have the 500T helium tank, which I already said that, but we have 2 Horizon weapon mounts there and there. So to mount this all together, it kind of sits a little bit like this. The landing gear basically sits directly on top of the pipes and the back of these 2 2x1s. And then same again, these sit directly there, like so. So it just sits directly on top. So that was the Flash ch_Flash's Pathfinder. Really good work, Flash. If you want to comment and let me know if I made any mistakes, and just kind of if you want to give a background on the build, and that way if anyone wants to ask you any questions, I will pin your comment. As always, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you would like to submit ships for review, we have a Discord, so you can go ahead and join it. There's going to be a link in the bio of my YouTube channel. And you don't actually have to submit a ship if you don't want to. You can just join and chat. We've got a nice group of people there. We chat about everything from Starfield to... not Starfield. But if you do want to post... if you do want to submit a ship review, we have a little ship submission channel. If you just want to send a single picture in that channel, and then it gets compiled to a different channel where I can basically see it. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and check out some of my other videos. Bye-bye.